Fires, hackers, floods. Any number of unexpected events can bring companies to a grinding halt, lose them millions, destroy their reputation, even take staff lives. But despite the risks, many companies admit they're ill-equipped to cope with disaster. A new research white paper shows that globally almost a third of companies have no plan for coping with or recovering from a major incident. Even more worrying, more than half say they're not confident they could guarantee the safety of employees.
We were kind of assuming that perhaps companies aren't affected by disaster that frequently, but if you look at the research, that's not the case. Again, approximately 28% of firms said they have been impacted by a disaster which had caused a full close down of their business operations.
The research was produced by the Economist Intelligence Unit, part of the business group that publishes The Economist magazine, and it was commissioned by networking giant AT&T.
I think this report is a real wake-up call. AT&T asked the Economist Intelligence Unit to conduct this research because we had an impression that there may be a problem out there, and we'd certainly seen more and more demand for our services, but we really couldn't quantify to what extent there was a gap.
The purpose of this call is to declare the Network Disaster Recovery Exercise live.
AT&T is one of the world's largest carriers of internet traffic. It also provides IT backup services for other companies, so it has to guarantee its own continuity plans are reliable.
Right, let's check through the fibres.
To help prove they are, it allowed us rare access to one of its carefully guarded centres in the UK during regular testing. These steel containers house portable computing and networking equipment that can be shipped immediately if any one of AT&T's facilities goes down, so its customers' email, voice and data traffic can run seamlessly. And every process has a backup. There are power generators, even empty offices on standby. And AT&T uses its 26 data centres around the world to mirror information across sites, so that if data is lost at one plant, there's always another copy somewhere else. But being prepared doesn't come cheap.
This is a massive undertaking. It has to be from the executive board down to the very all employees. There's nobody, everybody has to be involved with this.
Global automation specialist Omron is midway through developing its continuity plan. It admits the process has been costly and time-consuming, but also necessary. It worked out it couldn't afford to operate without a plan in place.
We have calculated that the cost to Omron of loss of business for one day is in excess of €2.5 million. Now that is a considerable amount of money.
Without a shadow of a doubt, business continuity offers a commercial advantage. Research states empirically that companies who have a competent management, tried and tested business continuity plans, recover from a disaster quickly and end up with a share price 15 to 20% higher than it was prior to the disaster.
Nearly every firm in every industry is concerned about its ability to conduct business activity at all hours of the day, each week, each month, each year, because continuity of business activity directly relates to their financial success, their competitive success, and how their customers or prospective customers view the way they operate, view the quality of the company.
The sheer complexity of business continuity planning could motivate more companies to outsource their backup procedures in the future. It could even prove more cost-effective.
The recent report by IDC showed that companies that did this in-house were spending up to 30% more than those companies that outsourced for such a service.
Solve that! 40% solve that!
Any research showing outsourced solutions to be cost-effective will be music to the ears of CEOs if shareholders start applying more pressure on companies to prepare for the unexpected. As to what this involves, AT&T recommends that companies start by conducting a full vulnerability assessment. They should think about backing up their data to a remote location and should consider moving their network and IT infrastructure to the hardened facilities of their network provider. In the meantime, the reality, according to this report, is that almost a third of the companies you see on skylines around the world have no plans for surviving a disaster.